All right, let's talk about one of the most powerful of the enumerated powers that Congress has. If you're not sure what the term enumerated powers is, in Article 1, Section 8 of our Constitution, there's 18 powers that are listed right there that Congress can do. Those are numbered, hence enumerated powers are directly stated. Let's talk about the Commerce Clause. That is one of the most powerful things that Congress has. The idea that they have the ability to regulate interstate commerce. So if something crosses state lines, that means they can regulate businesses or that business. The Supreme Court has taken a really broad definition of what it means to have interstate commerce. So we talked about this in the fall. Just kind of want to go over it again really quick. So interstate commerce could be I sell something across state lines. So I live in Michigan. Somebody from Ohio or Indiana or West Virginia comes into Michigan, buys a product. That means I'm participating in interstate commerce. Let's just say I live, again, in Michigan, and I employ somebody from Ohio. That means I am participating in interstate commerce. Even if all my customers come from Michigan, because I have somebody employed from Ohio, that means I'm participating in interstate commerce. Let's just say, again, I have a business in Michigan. I have all employees from Michigan. I have all customers from Michigan. But I get supplies from Tennessee. I get toilet paper from Tennessee. That means I am participating in interstate commerce. And in all of those instances, that means that Congress has the ability to regulate me as a business. The reason this is such a big deal is because almost all walks of human life can be connected to business in some way, shape, or form. So if we talk about like safety standards in businesses, so every time you mop the floor, you got to put one of those wet floor signs. That's interstate commerce. You know, the government tells you have to do that. Environmental controls on businesses, again, interstate commerce. Civil rights. Remember we talked about the Civil Rights Act in 1964 getting passed, saying that businesses could not discriminate against employees or customers because of their race. Now, there was a Supreme Court case, and I think we went over this in the fall, Heart of Atlanta Motel in the 1960s that said, privately owned business, you can't tell me who I can and cannot have in my hotel. I refuse to cooperate. Because of interstate commerce, they do have guests from out of state. They cross state lines to stay there. The Constitution gives the Congress, gives the national government the ability to regulate that business because of interstate commerce, thus affecting civil rights laws. That's why they can enforce the fact that businesses can't discriminate against customers or employees. So you can see it affects so many different things, whether it's trucking, automotive, like all sorts of different things can apply to interstate commerce. Now, in the last handful of years, the Supreme Court has limited this ability of interstate commerce. Remember that Supreme Court case, U.S. versus Lopez, that basically said that, again, if you're not buying something or if there's no like intent to, create business-like activities, you can't just blanket interstate commerce because they use a product for something. In this case, it was a gun. That kid wasn't going to sell a gun. He just had a gun on him. So they've kind of limited interstate commerce for certain things, but it still touches so many things that lets Congress really cast a wide net over what they can regulate and what they can't. So this is a gigantic power that Congress has the ability to have, this idea of interstate commerce. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to contact me. Otherwise, I will see you soon.